Hey everybody, it's Randy the Amazing. I'm gonna see if I can get Larry in here. Let's see if Mr. Larry Tate will grace us with his presence. I guess I should have asked him before he came on. I've got a lot of news. I'm gonna ask him, are you going to come in? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. And yeah. I mean if he doesn't come in, at least we'll do the thing here. Let me get a stream here. Blah 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 blah. Larry Tate gives thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I told my peeps. He told his peeps. So I'm here, buddy. No, I mean I sent you the link so that you can join me. Oh dang it. Hold on. I'm not wearing my teeth. Let me just do this. Put that in. There we go. That's better. Yeah, Larry, come on in, man. I want you. I want you in. Stream with. Yeah, stream with me, man. Stream yards. Stream it. Because I got a ton of stuff to talk about, and you are my number one fan. So I mean, Fierce is my associate. I mean, he's my best friend, but you were like the number one fan. And, I hope to get a lot of people in here. So if you can get in here, I would love to have you in here. I would love to have you here and just BS and just do it. So that'd be cool. So I will be looking for you in the lower box, like somewhere down there. So if you come in, man, that would be amazing. Like I'm amazing, but you're amazing too. And I got a lot of cool stuff to show you. I'm going to show you this T-shirt in a bit, but yep, we shall see. So I put it on your private Discord. Yeah, this is it's StreamYards right there. Yep. And StreamYard is a loyal fan. He always comments first. It's amazing. Like here we go. And the amazing Larry Tate add to stage. And there he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. So
Thank you. First, let me say thank you so much for having me on. It's a great pleasure to be here, man. I'm not very good at using StreamYards, but you made it pretty simple. I just clicked on it and bam.
Bam. There you go. So Larry, I want to show you my shirt I got today. I just got
Let me see
shirt.
if I can make my screen bigger if I get okay, there we go.
All right. So let me just clear off some of this crap on my nightstand here. I want you to see the shirt and get the full view. So here we go. I'm gonna embiggen myself here.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, just leave it like that because they don't need to see my.
So, what do you think about that, man?
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on.
Huh?
I said there's a lot going on. It looks like. I mean.
Yeah, it's like death, and then there's an ace of spades right there, and then it's also got an ace of diamonds right there.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you can look at it for hours and still find something you didn't see. I mean, it's awesome, dude.
Hidden meanings.
Did Visions make that?
Huh?
Was that like a Vision? That looks like something Visions would make.
Yeah, it does, isn't it? It's really cool. I got it off of Amazon.com.
Now, that's
and recently
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, now just quick question: is that something that you wear? That's like for general wear, or is that part of your act, or is both?
This will be part of my act. I just got it in the last 2 hours.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if it was one of those reveals where you showed it, or I didn't know if you'd wear it. Would you get your new card?
These things. I enact a rule of influence called reciprocity, which means, you give somebody something and they feel indebted to give you something back. I wish you were here when I would have gotten one of these. I got I got silver ones, and I
Is
got
it a
black
bottle opener?
ones. Yeah, these are bottle openers. So you just like open the bottle just like
That's
that.
awesome. Looks like an ace of spades.
And it is an ace of spades, and it feels like it's expensive, but these things really are like 99 cents for
Really?
one of
I was
these.
guessing $4 or $5 at least.
Yeah, you can get a ton of you can get 40 of these. 20 of them will be silver, and 20 of them will be black. And again, the weight, they feel expensive, but they're not expensive at all.
Well, if
Hold
they
on.
got some weight to them, there's some value there. I mean, there's it's
And
metal's
then
not
here
cheap.
is,
Are they metal?
yeah, they're metal. You could throw
They look
somebody at
nice and
these and
sturdy.
injure a person. you know,
Right.
these are like the Joker cards. The Joker
I
would
like
throw
the
at
black
Batman.
ones. I like the black ones.
Yeah, it's good, man. Yeah,
Yeah, those are
maybe
sharp. Now, you
maybe
say
next
do you
time
give
Fears
those
is
away?
over here, he can send one to you from me.
Awesome.
I'll give you a black one and a
Ooh.
silver one.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. Like I said, set me some back. If nothing else, I'll be back for the next trip, and because we're definitely hooking up again. I
definitely.
didn't have enough. I apologize for not having enough time to do more things with you and Fears, but
Oh well, the time
we'll
you were
get
over
another
here, man, was
chance.
awesome.
Oh, I know, and you guys understood. I couldn't. I had to take care of my daughter first, so I appreciate you guys understanding.
Well, family is always first.
Yeah,
That's like my
yeah, those
mom.
are awesome, man. Those are as for you can't get much for 99 cents, so those are pretty cool.
Yeah, and then see, I, as a magician, you field a lot of questions, and they all tend to be the same questions. So one of the questions I get a lot is, Randy, can you pull a rabbit out of your hat? And yep, I can. Now these rabbits are about, again, 99 cents a rabbit. You get 12 of them.
Nice.
And yeah, and that's one of the common questions. Another one is like, what's the secret? And for that, I pull out, the secret deodorant,
The
and I
Betty
say it's,
Secret deodorant. That's beautiful. That's
yeah.
beautiful. What do you do? Just get a trial size secret bottle,
Yeah.
one of
And
those little small
that'll
ones.
last me for a good 8-9 months.
You could even say, "Hey, you're a little bit stinky, man. Oh, you need some. You need my secret," and then give her that.
Yeah, right.
That may affect the tips a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's great, man. So now is that something that you thought of by yourself,
Well,
or is that
again, I get the
something?
same. It's the same 5 questions. I'll go over the 5 questions. The first one is, what's the secret? I'll show you that one. The second one is, can you make $100 appear? I'll show you that one. Hold on. This is a waiter's flip wallet, and it's pretty good for magic. So basically, I go, okay, so we got this, and let me ask you, Larry, what is that right there?
That's the best card of the deck, Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades. All right. So again, the Ace of Spades is right there, right?
Right,
Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do this. It's still the Ace of Spades, right?
right.
Well, guess what? It's not the Ace of Spades. It's the Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts.
And there's $100 right there.
Oh
And I
yeah,
always say a lot.
there's the yeah.
There we go.
Awesome.
So that's the answer to that question. The third question that I get asked a lot is, can you make my wife disappear? And I
Ooh.
go, no, but for a small fee, I can impregnate her. I do it on a sliding scale of hotness. If she's a 10, it's free.
Right.
The lower number, the more money I need.
A
And then, of
little
course, for the
risque. I
rabbit
like it.
one, yeah, of course, for the rabbit one, I do this.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember what the fifth one was.
We got
Trying
the
to remember.
horse.
Yeah.
Was that it?
No. Let's see. There it was $100 rabbit. $100. Uh, ever since I took that Moderna shot, my memory has got. Oh yeah, and then the secret,
Yep.
the rabbit, $100, wife disappear. What was the fifth one? I'm trying to think. Anywho, I'll think of it later. I'm sure it'll
Rabbit. Did you say
pop
rabbit?
in sometime. Yeah, and yeah, the rabbit in the hat, and again, these are worth their weight because when you give these to people, people feel indebted. That's an influence technique called reciprocity. You know,
Yep. I'm
where
familiar with the word. I couldn't spell it or probably can't pronounce it, but I know what it means.
yeah, Hannibal Lecter would call it quid pro quo. I give you something, you give me something.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I scratch your back, you scratch my back.
yeah, yeah. And again, these are like 12 bucks for 12.
Yeah.
So it's cool, and they got like a nice little love sign on them.
Right.
So yeah, and then Yakvo has been talking about Red Dragon. Have you seen that movie?
No, I have not.
Well, if Yakvo is watching, I just want to say, did you know that? Who, let me ask you this, Larry: who played Hannibal Lecter first?
Man, my memory's so bad. I mean, I need a multiple choice, but I'm
A
sure you're
lot of
headed
people
somewhere with it.
think Anthony Hopkins,
Anthony Hopkins. Yep.
but that's
That's
not true.
okay.
The
Well,
guy who
I don't
played
know then.
William Stryker in X-Men 2 was actually the first person to play Hannibal Lecter. Michael Mann did the first Silence of the Lambs novel. It was called Red Dragon. But the problem is the producers at the time didn't want to use the title Red Dragon because there were a lot of kung fu movies coming out at the time. And they thought, okay, if we name this movie Red Dragon, everybody's going to go to it and think it's a kung fu movie. So instead of calling it Red Dragon, we'll call it Manhunter. And that was actually the first movie with Hannibal Lecter in it. And
The story sounds familiar, but I mean, I'm not like you in Fears, man. I have a really tough time like retaining like movies that I've even was that a while back that was made?
it was a while back. It was
Right.
I want to say like 79 or 80, 81 around that time.
Unless you've told the same story, the story sounds familiar, but as
Yeah.
far as I guess I'm still new to it. So
Well, the thing is, there's a line from Hannibal Lecter in there that I just love. I can repeat it verbatim. So Hannibal Lecter is in his cell, and they give him a phone with no numbers on it because they can't let him dial out to whoever he wants to. So they give him a phone without the keypad, and he takes the phone and he goes, "Could I have some privacy, please?" And the guy leaves, and then he hangs up the phone, picks it up again, does the like little thing with the little receiver, and then the operator comes on the line, and he says this. He goes, "Excuse me, operator, I don't have the use of my arms. Would you mind dialing a number for me?"
yeah,
I just, I cracked
I,
up, man.
I
That's
do remember. I couldn't have quoted it, but I definitely. I mean, you nailed it. I can tell because I definitely.
it's a hilarious line. I just thought that
Right.
was yeah, and yeah,
But yeah, like I said, it's hard for me to retain a lot of information on different movies. Now, if it's sports or something like that, I can. I mean, I can remember it. But when it comes to movies, no.
yeah. So I got a lot of things happening in the Randyverse.
Well,
So
can you fill
I've
us
got
in?
three people who want me to help them publish their book.
Okay.
And one of these guys, the AC guy, is throwing around a lot of cash. He's throwing it around like nobody's business. And I uh I met a woman who again wants me to help her with her book, and then I've got another guy who has the same name as the AC, same first name as the AC guy, and we're gonna try to. And this guy throws around a lot of cash too, so you know. And then was it you who told me I should be doing busking or
Though I think that was Visions, maybe.
yeah, what you're right, it was Visions. The thing with busking is that they charge an exorbitant amount to do magic on the boardwalk. And also there's another magician on the boardwalk that I think might see me as competition and might not like me. So
Right.
but what I think would be cool is like if that guy and I teamed up and I played the dumb magician and he played the smart magician and we did like a little Penn and Teller type thing.
That could, yeah. if you can't beat them, join them. I mean that would work. But like I said, I like what you're doing. Just going to the local spots where you're the main man, you're the only man, and it'll pick up, bro. I mean, you're
Yeah.
gonna have slow nights. You
Yeah.
know,
Tonight was a great night. I did
right?
21 bucks.
Yep.
I
But that
wasn't
one
gonna do
night
it
though,
if it
you
was
only got
under 20.
and you got to think, dude. What is it like? What was it? Monday? I mean,
Yeah.
that's a slow night.
Yeah.
For business. For
Well,
business
considering
wise.
how I've been doing lately, you know.
But yeah, I think the best could possibly work. Like you said, join the team. You'd have more tricks, more material. You guys could feed off of each other.
Yeah.
Do you know the guy?
I don't know the guy. I've met him before. I met him before, like 4 or 5 years ago. He might not even be there now, so I might be clear.
Right.
And then again, like he might have days. Like I could probably go up to him and ask him, "Hey, man, what days do you work? And whatever days you don't work, I'll work those days, so we don't have to clash and bump heads together."
Yeah. Well, that's respectful, man. I mean, I don't know if that's a normal thing that musicians do or not, but that's
Yeah,
that's pure respect, man. You're not stepping on somebody's toes.
yeah, because I don't want to be infringing on somebody's turf unannounced or anything.
No, that's pure respect, man. I mean, a lot of people would just go ahead and do it and just
Yeah,
compete against each other, but
yeah.
that's I respect your decision.
Did I show you these cards at all?
Is that the snapbacks
What? These are this is a snaps deck,
or
and
snap deck?
yeah. So do me a favor, Larry. Tell me a monument.
A monument,
Yeah,
the
monument.
Washington Monument.
Ooh, dang, you were so close. Uh, Give me a number. Tell me a famous actor.
A famous actor, Tom Cruise.
You got it.
Hold on a minute now.
All right.
Can I pick another actor?
No, no, you may not.
How the hell?
How in the hell? All right, pick another famous monument.
I said Washington. Lincoln Memorial.
Lincoln Memorial.
Is that considered a monument?
You know what? Actually,
This
I
is
do believe it
fast,
is.
man.
I do believe it is. And I think that you hit the nail right on the head. All right. Tell me a flower.
A flower. Oh man. Trying to think of something. I don't want to say rose because that's
You got it right.
uh,
All right. Give me a number 1 through 10.
7. Okay. Yeah.
The only one you didn't get, Larry, was Bam. That was the one I was looking for.
Eiffel
Yeah,
Tower.
this is a snaps deck. And there's a secret. You get two in a pack, but you have to buy them together. And both decks are $20, so $40 total. So, but I implore you, if you like Magic, and you do, you impress me with that ace trick where you smash the two aces together and
Right.
they're like black aces. That was you got to teach me that sometime when I get you back over here.
Yep.
But this snap stick, I'm not going to tell you the secret to the snap stick. This is
I think I know, but the Tom Cruise has got me like totally
yeah,
whipped.
right.
I mean, that's the one that got me. I think I don't want to reveal her. I don't want to say nothing, but
Yeah.
how Tom Cruise came up, I have no clue.
I know, it's good, right? All right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you these and I'll just take you through them. So each one of them has an image on it. It's a secret image. Can you see it? Are you watching on
Um,
your phone right now?
I mean, I can see the deck. I'm not looking for a secret image. I'm seeing a house. I saw an 8 ball.
So some of them are numbers, not all of them. There's only 2 of each number. Actually, I think 5 has 2 of them. But yeah, and all of these images have special meanings. Again, I don't want to spoil it for everybody at home. You gotta leave some things mysteries. So. But yeah, you got a nice Ferrari right there. Got a 5-pointed star. This one actually is a heart. Oh yeah. I was supposed to ask you what a random piece of furniture, and you're supposed to say chair, but I missed that one. This one is blue. You got a tree there. Got an 8-pound weight. I got to make sure these don't have the sheen on them so you can see them. You got a football player right there.
Looks like a Tampa Bay Buck. Yep. 6.
Was that who it was?
I don't know. I'm going by the collar. Maybe it might be 49ers. I can't back up. Let me see the helmet. I think it's 49ers.
Yeah. I used to get that wrong all the time, and I used to call them the 69ers. They were like, "Oh, Randy, I know where your mind's at."
There's a roulette wheel. That's the one I remember right there. That roulette wheel got me thrown off because that roulette wheel, seven's usually red.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan Harlan is a famous magician. He does a lot of stuff for Penguin Magic. Penguin Magic has always been really good to me. I'd have to say my top 5 favorite magic sites are Penguin Magic, then Vanishing Ink, then illusionist.com. It's like illusionist, but with an E instead of an I. And then Magic Makers Inc. has always been good to me. And the last one, I came upon the last one just randomly typing in random websites, which I wanted to see if there were any websites. There's one called magictricks.com, which is really good. And magictricks.com is where I get a lot of my gaff cards from. And you can get a lot of, like, you can get a 14 of diamonds today, or a 14 of diamonds. You can get an all-on-one card. You can get a 3.5 of clubs. There's one. Here's a blank card for you. This is in case you're drawing a blank. And then you can get ESP cards. Do you know what a Zener deck is?
No. I mean, not by name.
A Zener deck is known as an ESP deck. You remember in Ghostbusters 1 when Peter Venkman was quizzing that co-ed, yeah. And yeah, I love that scene.
Shock therapy.
Because the co-ed is getting everything right, or the co-ed is getting everything wrong, and the dude's getting everything right, but he's rewarding the co-ed and he's punishing the dude who's getting everything right. I thought that was so hilarious.
Right.
It's like, what are you doing? Can you see these? And she's like, no, it just comes to me. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. Those are the cards. And this is a terrific deck. And I should have watched the tutorial right from the get-go, because with these 2 decks, there's like 27 different routines you can perform with this deck. It's amazing. I highly recommend, if you're interested in Magic, pick up a Snaps deck, because I lost this package of the Snaps deck, so it's in pristine condition. I just found it like 2 weeks ago. And the other Snaps deck is in horrible disrepair. The box is falling apart. I had to tape it back together just so it would hold the things. I'm going to have to re-tape the top back onto it, because I use it so much, and it's good for a mind reading thing. How's your daughter? How's she doing? What did she
doing great.
win?
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. What did she win? Did she get 4th place? You said 3rd?
She got 8th in one and 2nd in the other.
Eighth in one and second the other.
Yep.
What was the second one in?
It was in the game day event. What they call it was called game day, where they use megaphones. And there's this, and then the other one is competition. They do a lot more flips, and it's more. I don't know. That's the two. There's two different divisions.
Yeah. I used to do gymnastics, and I mean,
I bet you
those
was the guy.
cheerleaders,
I bet you
man.
did the rings. Let me guess.
She did the rings.
No, I bet you did.
No, no.
No.
I used to be in gymnastics. I busted my toe, and I was like, well, I'm out.
Yeah.
you know,
I was
I
always into a lot of stuff, but I never was into the gymnastics. But I wish I would have, because it helps out with a lot of things. That flexibility, that you can just do. I always wanted to be able to do flips and cartwheels and
yeah.
shit like that. Fun stuff like that.
Well, there's a program out, not like a computer program, but like a DVD like program that's supposed to tell you how to like gain super flexibility and do backflips and cartwheels and stuff like that, and it looks pretty good.
Right.
And
Yeah. I'm too old. I gave up on anything.
no, some of these people are like 50 and 60. Like they're saying whatever this program is, it gives you super flexibility no matter your age.
Really.
I'm not
Look
sure.
into that.
I'm not sure, but I do believe one of them was 70. So
Huh.
if I see it again, I'll check it out and I'll let you know what it is.
Yeah. Let me know. I guess there maybe still is hope. I can do a
D man,
backflip after.
I'm sorry for getting to your comments so late. Hello, Randy. Hello, Larry. So
Who was that?
D man's cool. D man has been with us almost from the beginning.
That's
I
Squirrel
mean,
Boy.
me and Fears. D man, his avatar is an eagle. So and I'm gonna put something in the cartoon that's a nod to you. I haven't put it in yet. I didn't even think of it until now. But I'm gonna put something Larry Tate, like a little hidden Easter eggs.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
yeah,
If you can
I'm gonna
see me,
slip
I'm
something in
smiling.
there. Huh?
I said, if you can see me, I'm smiling.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. Well, I mean, so the first episode of Fierce Man was about 20 minutes long, and I put so many freaking Easter eggs, and that me and Fierce did like a little commentary stream, and we had to pause like every 2 seconds because I had like little hidden images everywhere in the movie. And Timmy MC was also in that. Timmy MC says my favorite streamers Randy the Amazing, Larry Tate, and my favorite viewer is the D Man. Yeah, so I have just tons and tons and tons of hidden Easter eggs in the things. So Larry, I'm gonna ask Fears. He's at work right now, but I'm gonna ask him if I can show you what I've got so far. So far as the cartoon is concerned, because he's been telling me you were foaming at the mouth. You want to see this new cartoon. The thing is what takes a lot of time, and this has been true of all the film. What takes a lot of time is lip sync. And to giving you an example, lip sync isn't hard, but it's tedious. A good metaphor would be like writing your name, like writing the sentence, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. That's an easy thing to do, but the problem is you've got to write that sentence 8,000 times. So it's easy to do, but it takes up a lot of time and it's tedious work. So that's that's the best metaphor I can give it. So, yeah. Now, Fears has told me that he's going to listen to me and we're not going to have as much dialogue in the next one, and it's going to be mostly action. So, yeah. And he also said that he's going to try to keep the new scripts for Fears Man under 5 minutes, because like the more people do this, the more time it takes me. Lip sync is where the bulk of the work comes from. So, are you there, Larry? Uh-oh. Did we lose Larry? Am I Larry, Larry. I cannot hear you. Make sure you didn't mute yourself. I don't think I muted you.
Can you
Uh,
hear me, Randy?
oh, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Sorry about that. I was trying to.
Yeah.
I was trying to read the chat and say hello. And
Yeah. But yeah, that's the best metaphor that I can give for lip sync. It's easy, but it's damn tedious. Damn tedious.
time consuming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I understand. I mean, you know, you get it out. Like I said, if it's not paying the bills, you got to do. You got to keep your priorities straight. You know what I mean? That's just for fun, and that's just for entertainment. So
Well,
if it's not
I've
paying the
told
bills,
yeah,
you know,
I've told Fears this dozens of times, probably 2 dozen times. People who put food in my mouth take priority over people who do not put food in my mouth. So
yeah,
that's
that's
that's basically, because oh yeah, I need to get to some of the news. So again, there's 3 people who want me to help them publish their book. I got an AC guy who wants me to help him publish his book on AC repair. I've got a waitress who wants me to help her publish her cookbook. And then I've got another guy who we published his book on Amazon. Right now, I believe it's called The Heist of the Century. And uh we got it on Amazon, but he's talking with Amazon publishers and he wants to get it, mass marketed, so more people are buying it. So, yeah.
yeah.
At least he was kind enough to put the pizza in your mouth last time you were at Fears Alert. Yeah, yeah, pizza was good. The pizza was
I'm
nice.
glad you enjoyed those Grippo potato chips too, man. I'm glad I'm not
Oh my god,
the only fan. I know Fears is not a big barbecue fan, but I'm glad you enjoyed them.
I feel bad for Fears because I was just like stuffing my face with those, and
Oh yeah,
bits and pieces were falling all over the carpet. I had to pick those up. I
bits and pieces. Come on, Randy, you're still on the Fears man
Yeah,
tagline. But no, they are delicious. As a matter of
the
fact, a couple people liked your review so much they went out and told me they bought them and said, "You and Randy have got great taste."
they were so soft. They were
Yep,
so soft. A lot of the problems that I have with chips, like Doritos and especially kettle corn chips, is that they are rock hard.
right.
You know, I mean, and
They poke you.
yeah, they're rock hard, and those will do a number on my teeth, man. But those Grippo chips, soft as tissue paper. It was delicious,
Yep.
and the
I have to
spice
get you
was,
another bag.
yeah. Oh man, I got to go find this. So Timmy MC asks, Randy, how do you sync the lips of the Hooters girls? Uh, I have a jack. I'm jacked in. Yeah. At least he was kind of put the pizza in your mouth last. Yeah. LOL. Bits and pieces. Jams and jellies. Yep. Shout out to Chicken Wizard. Shout out to Timmy MC. Shout out to the myth, the man, the legend, Larry Tate. Shout out to D Man. If I missed anybody, shout out to StreamYard. Yeah. Uh, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So
So it sounds like I mean, get back because I keep on straying you away from the top. But you've got 3 deals in the working right now. Public.
yeah,
I mean, that's nice, man. And we know the
yeah,
AC guy has got money, so
yeah. The AC guy is throwing around cash like nobody's business. I mean, this
yeah.
guy's he's doing it. Shout out to Red Bull
I'd say
for
I'd keep
sponsoring the stream. Yeah,
Red Bull sponsoring it. Boy, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Them Red Bulls are not cheap.
oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I always count food that people get me. Oh yeah, and I gotta count today, so it wasn't real. I always count Red Bulls and food that people gives me in the amount of money that I received. So I got $21 today, but I did not account for that $4.50 Red Bull. So I actually made 25.50 today. So not a bad
Hey,
haul. Because if
no,
they would
no,
have given me that cash, like if they would have given me the $4.50, that's what I would have spent it on. So
right. So it's basically the same as getting that tip. I mean, you just
yeah,
tip yourself. I mean, it's the same. The math is math.
yeah.
I get it.
So today, this week is bike week, and there was a lot of people driving Harley Davidsons.
Oh, I bet there was a lot.
Oh, there are boatloads. So I went to this one karaoke bar, and there were just tons of Harley Davidsons parked outside, and everybody's got those orange leather Harley Davidson jackets on. So I, with one of the snaps deck, you can spell out names and letters, and some of the letters, most of the letters only have two. Like there's only like two D's, two B's, two C's. But some of the letters there's three of them. Like with E's, there's three E's. And then there's three A's, there's one Y, one X, one Q, and I think there's three O's. So I you know what a force is, right, Larry?
Yes, I do. Uh huh.
Yeah, you know what a force is. So I forced a lot of people who were wearing Harley Davidson's jackets to spell out Harley Davidson.
Oh
What
shit.
I love about the Snaps deck is it can be right in front of you. And if I talk about what the photo is, I say, okay, that's a bowl of cereal, that's a horn, that's a saber, that's a chain link fence. Even if it's right in front of you, it takes a while for people to process it. Like if I spell out somebody's name and it's like right there in front of them, people don't get it. I'm like, oh yeah, and by the way, Skylar, how do you spell your name? And when they spell it out, I point to the letters like SKY, and they're like, holy shit, you know, like it hits them, like, oh my
Right.
god, you just spelled out my name, you know.
Yep. Oh, that's good. But so you had enough to do Harley Davidson.
Oh yeah, yeah, I had enough to do Harley Davidson. There weren't a lot of repeating letters in that, so yeah, I did, and blew some people's mind. And one guy was standing right next to a guy, and the one guy got it, and the other guy was like, "What? I don't get it." It's like, "You don't get it?" He's like, "No. Look at it." I am looking
Well, some of those guys
at it.
can ride a bike, but they can't spell. So
Yeah, yeah. But it was hilarious because the other guy was going nuts, and then like, "You don't see this? Look at it. How do you spell Harley Davidson?" Yeah, it was pretty hilarious. Pretty hilarious.
I have actually been to Bike Week before. Not on a bike, but I was on spring break. I think they used to have it a little bit. Then they used to have spring break or Bike Week a little bit later.
Yeah, spring break usually happens sometime in late March, early April.
Yeah, well, this was high school. We my senior trip, we went down there, and somehow we ended up at Bike Week, and it was pretty wild. I mean, they literally took over the town.
Well, Daytona Beach is the place you want to be during spring break.
Yeah, I didn't know if it still was. I knew at the time it was. That's when MTV was down there, and that was. But yeah, I've been to many spring. I've been to Daytona many times for
Yeah,
spring breaks, both high school, college. I mean,
yeah,
but always a good time.
yeah. There was a video series around the late '90s, early 2000s called "Girls Gone Wild."
Oh, I've seen them all. Yeah,
Yeah, and they got into
pretty
a lot
damn
of
good
trouble down
videos.
here, so that's
Oh yeah.
they're not doing that anymore. But yeah,
Oh no, that guy got in trouble. But
yeah,
they'd go on the bus and they'd show everything and do everything, and then they got a
yeah,
free T-shirt.
yeah, yeah, right.
I mean, now that's what we need to do. We need to come up with some T-shirts and give them a nice little T-shirt. Take them in the bus, have our way
Yeah,
with them.
right. Yeah, I'll rent the bus.
I mean, or you got the bunny and
Yeah, right.
we already got to start with some of your gifts. So all we need is a bus.
Yeah, Timmy. Girls Gone Wild was at Daytona Beach, but they went under. They got into a lot of trouble because I'm not going to go into that, but they got
What was
into
that guy's
trouble.
name? France? Not France.
Was it Bill?
No, it was a young dark haired guy, or he wasn't young at the time, but Joe France. Why am I saying Joe France? That's not it.
I think Joe France is like a racing guy.
I don't
He
even
might
know if
be
they're
doing something at Daytona 500.
Randy's casting couch.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
If only. Yeah. No, but speaking of t-shirts, I went on Fiverr. I work on Fiverr. I do scripts for people, and I do like 100-page screenplays, and then I do 22, 24-page teleplays, which are basically like sitcoms. But you can buy stuff on Fiverr too, and I commissioned a. I'm going to show you this shirt. You're gonna die laughing when you see it. So I commissioned this shirt, and what it is, it's a purple shirt, and I've got the Joaquin Phoenix Joker holding up a two of clubs. So here's what I'm going to do with that. What I like this shirt right now, I wouldn't wear this shirt uh like it is. I would have a button-up shirt over this. So now with the Joker and the two of clubs, again, the Joker is holding the two of clubs, and it's the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. It's because initially I commissioned this guy. Okay, what I want you to do is get a Joker, have him holding up two clubs, make the two clubs big so people can see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to force people to pick the two of clubs. I'm going to say, okay, I got three chances to get your card and three chances only. Is it the Joker? And they're like, nope. And I'm like, is it the Joker? And they're like, no. I already told you it wasn't it. No, is it the Joaquin Phoenix Joker? And they'll be like, no. No, it was the two of clubs. Then I'm going to slip that back in the deck. Then I'm going to do another force. And this time I'm going to make them pick the Joker. And then I'll go, is it the two of clubs? And they're like, no, you're close. That was the last one. It's not the two of clubs? It's like, no. I was like, I think it is the two of clubs. And they're going to be like, no, that's incorrect. You had it right last time and wrong this time. It was the Joker. I go, well, you know what? That's really funny because it's kind of hot in here. And then I'm going to unbutton the shirt, and there's going to be the Joaquin Phoenix Joker holding the two of
oh
clubs.
yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
It's like they picked two cards. It's like you guess two. It's like double dipping.
yeah. Now, there was a place in the mall that was charging me $58 for one t-shirt. That was
Wow.
front and back, and it was custom design. But that's a lot. But if this if this Fiverr thing looks good, I mean, if it looks classy and it looks good, Amazon is only charging me like $19 for a t-shirt. So 58, that's nearly $60, and then cutting off $40. That's not a I could get three t-shirts for what the place in the mall is charging me. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, you're good. You're
Tender
just
Immortal is here. Yeah. She
tender
says hi,
mortal.
Ram. Yeah, Tender Immortals, she's another one who's been with us from the beginning.
No, I know the name very well.
Yeah, she's cool. She
Yeah.
is cool. Uh,
But yeah,
Dan
we had.
Aykroyd says, "What a fantastic show with these two fine gentlemen."
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. And I had you on, Larry, because I trust you. You know.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know what to do, but I appreciate. Yeah. I mean, I don't take it for granted. I appreciate you having me on. I mean, I enjoy it, and it's fun. It's entertaining. So
Dan Aykroyd's cool, and Timmy MC is cool. Tender Immortal's cool. D
no,
Man's
I know all
cool.
the names very well. Like I
Yeah,
said, they have not showed up on my stream. I think Timmy has, D Man has, but
I forget if I've ever met Chicken Wizard on stream. I know he's gone in the chat, but I don't remember if I've met him.
no, he's a knowledgeable guy when it comes to
Yeah.
all the important things in life.
Yep. Uh, I saw the Hooters vlog Randall. That girl was flabbergasted at the card trick. LOL. Tender Immortal was that the one on was that the one on Fears' stream? Yeah, one of the women that I did a card trick for at last time I was at Hooters. Uh, I did a trick for one girl. Oh yeah, I remember what I did. I did the table number trick, and the table number trick is in my book, The Tiny Book of Awesome Magic. Uh, and it's Randy Brown on Amazon.com. Get your paperback copy today. But yeah, I did the table number trick, and so I'll basically. I mean, you've probably seen the video already, but basically, I what I do is like when I go to the table, I ask people what table it is. Actually, on this, I didn't have to do that because they had a plaque of the table number on the outer edge of the table, so I just looked at it. And the waitress went away, and I stacked the deck. And you know what I always say: a stacked deck may mean nothing to you, but it means a great deal to me. So I stacked the deck in my favorite. I think we were like a table 67 or something. And then I had her cut the deck, and I said, "That's completely free choice. Cut to wherever you wanted to, correct?" And she's like, "Yeah." I go, "Do me a favor, top to bottom or bottom to top. Here's the secret." I'm not going to tell the secret. I'll tell you off stream, Larry.
Okay.
But she cut, and the table number was a 6 and a 7. And I go, does that 6 and a 7 have any relevance for you? Like maybe a birthday or an anniversary? And then I held the 6 and the 7 next to the plaque. I go, maybe a table number. And she looked at me for half a second, and then she ran off. I was like, damn.
She took off. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I didn't know whether she was scared or
I think you freaked her out.
freaked her out. Yeah.
It good. I mean, because it would. I mean, you're like 67. What's this guy talking about? It. You look down and see her table number.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
It was perfect too. It was
Yeah.
well done.
So. And then you didn't see this, but I did an extended palm reading for one of the waitresses, and she was really getting into it. I don't usually do palm readings, but if you go onto the Mayor of Magic, which is my other channel, I do I do have a video where I tell people how to do extended palm readings and doing cold readings. Do you know anything about cold reading?
I mean, I know about them. I can't perform anything though. No.
Yeah. I'll give you a primer on cold reading. There's 3 types of reading. There's cold reading, hot reading, and warm reading. So basically, cold reading is where you use something known as Barnum statements. Barnum statements are statements that sound specific to a person, but actually pertain to a wide range of people. Like I'll give you a few examples. Some of your aspirations tend to be a little bit unrealistic. You're often nervous around people you don't know very well. You're an extrovert for the most part, affable and outgoing, but you do have times of introversion, wearing reserve. So those are some examples of Barnum statements. And the last one that I told you is what's known as a rainbow ruse, where you assign people 2 opposite traits to cover all your bases. So again, like one is you're an extrovert for the most part, but you do have times of introversion, wearing reserve. Again, you're ascribing them extroversion and introversion at the same time, so they can't really argue. So even if you're wrong on one, you're right at the other. Another one is another rainbow ruse is you're often a calm, considerate, nice person for the most part, but when somebody does something to betray your trust, you can feel a deep-seated anger. Again, it's a rainbow ruse. You assign them traits that they're nice and calm and cool, and then you assign them traits that sometimes they get really angry and pissed off.
So is that what they do when they write horoscopes?
Yeah, basically. Horoscopes are a great plethora for Barnum statements. And again, it's statements that sound specific to a person, but actually cover a wide range of people. And like when people say, "Oh, this one's for Sagittarius," they go, "Oh, well, yeah, this is for me."
Right. It's like me saying, "I bet you eat when I bet you eat when you get hungry.
Yeah, right.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. And and then there is worm reading. Worm reading is basically like Sherlocking things. Like there's about I can't think of them all right now, but there's 16 factors that you can just observe. It's kind of like being Sherlock. You can just observe these things just by looking at them. Like I'll give you a few for instances. Like number one, if they've got a tan, but uh, it doesn't look like they go out a lot. Usually that means a person is really vain and they got spray tan to look better, and they want to put on good appearances. And then another one is weight. You can tell whether a person, indulges themselves a lot or not. And then there's one thing called the Jacques statement. And the Jacques statement is also known as the stages of life boy. And basically the way this works is, during certain periods in our life, we're more prone to do some things than others. Like, for like example, like someone who's like ages 6 to 13-year-old probably has to deal with bullies and not feeling like they fit in and trying to impress people that they like. People from 16 to age 21, they're just moving out for the first time. They're trying their first job. If they're in a relationship, this is typically the first relationship they had. Ages 26 to 35. This usually around this time, people usually engage into a new job or sometimes college, or sometimes maybe earlier, like 18 to 35. They're trying college and stuff. And then people usually 60 on up have had many people die in their life. They're coming to terms with their own mortality, stuff like that. So just by age, you can pick out all these Barnum statements that, you know, are obvious when you think about it and you hear the concept. But if you do this to somebody who's unaware, it blows them away, blows them out of the water.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
And
it's a lot
yeah,
of information.
yeah. And then there's hot reading. And hot reading is basically gleaning something about a person from somebody else. Like one time I was in a bar and I was sitting down, and there was this hot chick, like a seat, one seat, two seats over. And I was just sitting there and I was just minding my own business. And then this guy comes in, sits down between us. And then the girl goes into the bathroom, and the guy goes, "Hey, Holly, who is that girl?" And she goes, "Oh, that was Missy. She just got into town and she did this and she did that." And so I didn't do the hot read, and I basically wasn't doing anything in this conversation. But the girl came back. She sat down next to this guy, and the guy did all these Barnum statements and worm reading, and basically he knew everything because Holly had told him everything about her while she was in the bathroom. So it seemed like he had like sort of super sensory, like, super mega ultra psychic sense, when in actuality, when she was in the bathroom, she just bartender told him everything about her. So yeah.
Huh.
So
Yeah.
that is cool. Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's it makes you wonder. I mean, but it's still though, you still have to be able to deliver. I mean, you know what I mean. You can know the trick, but it's unless you know how to make a delivery, you cannot. The trick's no good. If that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. I agree with that 100%. And that's what my book, The Tiny Book of Awesome Magic, is about. The first section is all on presentation, because with the correct presentation, you can make a so trick into oh my god, holy shit, this is amazing trick. You know,
Right. Yeah.
that's
I mean, it's
yeah. And I'm going
like
to be
we've talked
updating the
before.
book. What?
It's I said like we've talked before. It's the showmanship that makes the trick.
Yeah, yeah. It's what Jim Carrey Riddler talked to Tommy Lee Jones about. It's all about showmanship.
Yep.
Yeah. Uh, um. So let's see. Oh, here we go. Dan Aykroyd, looking forward to seeing the new Ghostbusters. I definitely am. I really want to see. Really want to see Frozen Empire. Uh, Yeah, it was the Table on Fears vlog. I met Fears when I came to Missouri, July 2023, but I haven't met you yet, Randingo. Hopefully I get to meet you, Chicken Wizard. I would really like that. Randall, she got impregnated by the table number trick. Yeah, right. And sorry, meant are you? She ran to get the pregnancy test. Yeah, right. That's hilarious. Yep. So yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
can
So
speak from
go ahead.
like I said, I can speak from experience as far as meeting Randy in real life. It was more than more than what I thought. Excuse me. Same with Fears. I mean, this cool dude's all the way around. Like I said, the only thing I wish we had more time.
Yep, I'm learning those rope tricks, Larry. Don't
Yeah,
think I
there.
forgot about that.
That's not one of those ones that you can pick up out of the box and learn. I mean, it takes. Like I said, I looked through them. I know it takes some time and practice. So I'm not
Yep,
expecting anything real soon.
yeah. But again, I want to thank you so much for that. That was so cool. I
Hey,
appreciate that so much. That was awesome.
I
Thank
hope
you.
that it becomes. I hope that you find at least a couple tricks in there, which are several that will become a part of your act and make you lots of tips, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I hope that I hope that you know works out.
You want to hear something cool? I mean, it's not cool. It's actually kind of depressing when you think about it. But in 2022, uh, my mom had her 73rd birthday. And I mean, it's just sad, but my favorite magician died on my mom's 73rd birthday.
Well, I mean, you could look at it as depressing, or you could look at it as a sign. You know.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Amazing Jonathan?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah. Uh,
yep. He was he was quite good. He didn't he used a lot of humor, didn't he?
yeah, the Amazing Jonathan was hilarious. Oh man,
Right.
he would go nuts. One of the things one of the things that I loved what that he did is he would go onto stage with a bottle of Windex and he filled it up with like blue Kool-Aid and he would always make people think that he was drinking Windex and he just
Yeah.
drinks it. He goes glug 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 glug, and then he goes, "It's okay. This is Windex. It keeps me from streaking when I, you know."
Yeah.
and then he would mess with his audience. Like he would call a person up and he would have him like drink something or sniff something. I don't remember, but he would hold up two fingers and it was like, so the drug should be kicking in anytime now. How many fingers do I have holding up? And he would have the stage hands like turn the lights off and turn like psychedelic lights on. I was like, don't worry if you see anything weird, it's perfectly fine. And then they turn the psychedelic lights off and the house lights come back on and
Yeah.
is you have a bad trip? Anything that I should be aware of? you know. So Randall, if you were going to the Magic World Cup, what would you have beforehand to put you in optimal state? I would have all my nootropics in one go, and I often do take a lot of nootropics. I take about 30. I'll go over my list on a different stream. But do you know what nootropics are, Larry?
New Tropics?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
Did you ever see the movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, that's a great movie. Definitely check it out. So basically, the premise of I'll go over it because it's a great movie, and I have the director's cut and I have the original cut. The movie Limitless is about a writer who's down on his luck, and he's really struggling with his girlfriend. He's struggling with his job. He's been blocked for like 6 months straight. So he runs into his brother's his ex-wife's brother, and the ex-wife's brother is like he's got slick back hair, he's got a nice suit on, he looks like he's He's got like a $5,000 watch on, and he's like, "Whoa, man, what happened to you? You look like you are doing fantastic." And the brother's like, "You don't look like you're doing good at all." So they go into a bar, and the brother asks him, "So you're a writer? How many words have you written on your new book?" And Bradley Cooper's like, "Not one word, not one word." And he goes, "You know what? I think I got something that can help with that." And he takes out this pill, and this pill is called NZT48. And what it does, this is a myth that's been dispelled, but you know how we only use like 10% of our brain?
Yep. Some
Well,
use less, but yeah.
this pill teaches you how to access all of it. And this drug, even though it's a fictional drug, is actually based on a real drug called modafinil, which if you look online on YouTube and stuff, there's tons of like miraculous stories about modafinil, like people staying up for like 3 days on end and writing entire books and being super productive. And so I take adrafinil. Now, adrafinil is actually modafinil, but when it goes into your liver, it turns the modafinil into adrafinil. But I take tons of nootropics, and they're basically also known as cognitive enhancers, which means, in layman's term, they make you smarter. And I'll tell you, when I have writer's block, I take my nootropics, and then the writer's block is boom, it's gone like that,
Yep.
like almost instantly. And that's part of my writing routine. Is like before I start a writing session, I'll have 2 Monster Energy drinks, and then I'll take one of about 24 nootropics. And again, I've been doing it for about 2 or 3 years. And again, man, I'm starting to think that writer's block isn't so much about creativity as it is nutrition. Because when I do that little regimen, writer's block goes out the window. Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
sure it's different for each person, but it sounds like you got a good thing going. I mean, if you know what helps you and what doesn't, that's key.
yeah, the problem is that a lot of these uh pills are expensive. Like the Genius caffeine is about like 24 $25. The Adrafinil, if you get a 60 count, it's about like 40 45 bucks. So, you know, if you budget I'm really good at budgeting my money, because the last magic convention I was at, I met two really hot chicks. They were both married, but they were, those big baskets they have in India, and you put a person in the basket, and you take a sword and you shove the sword through the hole, and you got all these swords, and you do all that.
Yep.
When I was at the magic convention, I met these two hypnotists who were also doing the basket trick, and before the night of the big contest, I was able to go to a coffee shop with these two, and they really tried to sell me on the hypnosis stuff and their hypnosis practice. I wasn't interested, but I told them, here's the thing: if I did a business and, like, say, I taught magic, like if I charged people like $15 and I had 10 people for 1 hour, that would be like $150. And then if I did that twice a week, that'd be 300. And
Right.
then if I did that 4 times a week, that would be about $600 in extra cash. And I
Right.
said, in addition to what I get already, that would be like, be around like $22,000. That'd be a lot of money. And they go, $22,000? That's not a lot of money. And the thing is that I live pretty high on the hog right now, and I barely make poverty level income, but I know how to stretch a dollar. I
Yeah.
can stretch it out really good. Let me tell you, Larry, if I had $22,000, I would be living high on the hog. I'd be going to the Chart House every night, going to Outback Steakhouse, and Oh man, Hooters vlogs would be blowing up out the yin yang. You know?
Yeah, well, you can spit if you can do. I mean, it's all about like you said, knowing how to stretch it. But I couldn't do it. 22,000. I mean, a few dinners and a few bills and boom, 20. I can't. I couldn't do it. But yeah, you're right. If you can stretch it,
Oh
then
yeah.
I
Like
mean,
I only make like $14,000 a year.
right.
So
So yeah,
$22,000.
you'd
Oh
almost
man,
be
I'd
you'd
be
almost
living
be
the
you'd almost
what?
be doubling your income at 22. So
Yeah.
I could see that.
I would be going nuts. I'd be going ballistic. And what I really want to do is I really want to put most of my money back into the magic, you know.
Yeah,
It's
reinvest it.
basically like you got to spend money to make money material.
Yeah, that's the golden rule of business. Spend money to make money. I mean,
Because, I mean, if you look at the great magicians, especially the ones that are doing really well right now, like, do you know who Piff the Magic Dragon is?
oh yeah,
Yeah. So he was on America's Got Talent
yeah,
1 or 2 or 3 years back. And Piff, oh man, he had tons of props. He had a robotic dog. He didn't tell you it was a robotic dog, but it was supposed to be like, he had this big cannon. He supposedly put his dog in the cannon and shot his dog out of the cannon. And he had like three assistants help him and hold like a little ring up so he shoots the dog through the ring. The only problem with Pip, his assistants screwed him because they were supposed to cover up the dog with a curtain so you didn't see the robotic dog, and it kind of like spoiled the trick because you kind of saw how it was done. So that was kind of not really impressive.
right.
I
Hey
mean,
Randy, I need to go in. I was been in my car for a minute. I need to run in here and do something. And I don't know what the sound's gonna be like, but there's a couple of chats. Looks like Vision showed up. So
oh
uh,
yeah, yeah.
give me 3 minutes. I'll be right back. If you end it, I'll talk to you later. Okay.
No, I'll keep it going. I'll keep
Just
it going.
give me a couple minutes. I need to run in here, and I don't want to go in here where I'm going
Should I mute
with the
you?
phone. 1 second, and I'm leaving the chat on in my car. So if
Oh, okay,
somebody
cool.
if somebody steals my car, let me know because I left it running. Okay.
All right,
Call 911 and tell them.
all right, yeah. Hopefully it doesn't get to that, but yeah.
What's up, man?
Uh, let's see, Randall. Is this the plot to Venom? Nope. The key to stretching a dollar is reusing. Oh shit! I went to Outback Steakhouse last Thursday. Felt like a king. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, the only place better than Outback Steakhouse is the Chart House. That's the only place better. I mean, if you want a good steak, Outback's the place. But if you want a better steak than Outback, Chart House is the place to go. Larry, naughty Timmy MC. So yeah, and again, I can stretch a dollar like a madman, because I try to put my money where it counts. You know, again, I get a lot of party favors like the rabbits and the I try to get a lot of party favors like the rabbits and the ace of spades things. Again, these are metal. They feel weighty. Like this thing feels like it should cost around $7 or $8. But the thing about it is this thing right here, metal bottle opener, you can throw somebody at these and kill them. But this metal bottle opener is probably 90 cents per item. Probably 90 cents. A lot of people don't realize that. Exhume Vision says, I just got a burger and server cut off because my friend threw up in the lobby. Ooh, dang. That ain't good. Exhume Visions, you don't have to tell me exactly where you are, but what state are you in? Or what region? Are you in the Midwest, EST, West Coast? Where are you? What what time zone are you in? What will be that vague? Well, you in California time? You in somewhere in Texas, New York? Where are you? So yeah,
Who this? I just stole Larry Tate's car. Who this?
yeah, right.
I'm back, man. I took a big chance. I left the car running, left my phone in here, went in, ran out.
Yeah.
Everything was cool.
D Man says, I've never been to Outback. There's none close to me. I have a Texas Roadhouse about an hour away. Texas Roadhouse is good. And
An
what's
hour
good about
away. Where does he live at?
don't know where. But Texas Roadhouse is good because number one, the service is always top notch there.
Yep.
And the Texas Roadhouse is where my magic goes over like gangbusters.
Yep.
Uh, and they've
I,
got a happy hour. And if you get there, they've got this steak called a roadkill steak, which is
oh, I
like
had
a
it the other
steak,
night.
huh?
Mushrooms, onions, smothered in cheese.
Oh my god, I'm
You're
getting
making me
hungry
hungry.
now. Yeah, you're making me hungry, Larry. Oh yeah, but
I had it
oh
the other
man,
night, but that, yeah, it's and really, if you think about it, for the price, I mean, I think it was like $14 or something. You get a couple sides.
yeah, yeah, that's good.
I mean, you're
I,
spending that much at Taco Smell.
yeah, and you can get some really healthy sides too. You can get cauliflower, you can get broccoli, and they really steam the hell out of that cauliflower and broccoli. So when it goes in your mouth, it's all nice and soft and not
Yeah,
crunchy. And yeah,
you're
oh man,
making me hungry, dude.
you're making me hungry, man. You mentioned the
You're talking
yeah,
about nice soft cauliflower. I can see it now, man. That
it's got
steam
cheese
rolling
all
off
over
of
it.
it.
Larry, do you like Tabasco sauce?
Yeah, oh, yes, yes. The original
L- l-
Texas Pete. I like Texas Pete.
let me make a suggestion. Go on Amazon. You can get it for about $8, and they'll give you two bottles. Try this. Do you like A1?
A1 steak sauce. Yeah.
Go. I'm gonna probably get this after the stream. So they have a. I got this once at Walmart because they had it on, and I bought it on a lark. It's A1 combined with Tabasco sauce, and oh my god, that stuff is the best steak sauce ever. It is definitely worth the $8. And again, you get two bottles come in a package.
That's reasonable because a regular A1, big size of bottle, it costs you $6 at the grocery store. So
Yeah. Oh man, it is. It's as delicious as you think it would be.
right, so right now fucking this cup I'm looking at sounds pretty good. To be honest with you, to eat, I mean, anything sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about eating a hat, like Carrie did. I mean,
Did Carrie actually eat a hat?
I think she did. I mean, I don't think she ate the entire thing, but she ate. From what I
Uh oh.
saw, unless she had, I think she just deep. I mean, I think she just opened up and let it go. I don't, but I would say she did.
Yeah. I always want Exhum Visions or Pixel Protocol or somebody to find out. Uh, I really want somebody to send me the video where Pixel. I know somebody has it.
I know where you're
Pixel
heading with
Protocol
this.
convinced Carrie to balance a hot pizza on her head.
Yep. It's hot, bitch, or it's hot, Pixel. It's
It's
hot.
hot, Pixel. I mean, I've heard everybody and their mother talk about this clip, but I have not seen it.
No, I've seen it. I'm not sure. I think Carrie still had it up, but
And there's another video of her out there where somebody dared her to do a backflip or a front flip off her bed, and she landed in her closet
yeah,
and demolished her
I've seen that
closet. Did
on
you see
barrel
that
roll.
one?
She called it the barrel roll.
The barrel roll. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Which was just a basic somersault, but
It sounds hilarious.
oh, dude, I mean, I've seen some.
Say again. I think you got cut off there.
He was definitely. Let's just put it this way: me and Carrie together would be a wild ass time because, and
Yeah,
I
right.
don't mean sexual, but
Yeah,
I mean she was a good time. She was crazy.
yeah. I mean, Carrie. There's been a lot of legendary clips attributed to Carrie. You know, like there's lots of clips that I've heard about, that I've heard rumors about, that that everybody's talking about, but I've never heard. You know, there's the barrel roll, and then there's the pizza incident, and then
Yep.
there's the ghost incident where Carrie saw a ghost, apparently.
Well, I remember watching a Burger King stream with Fears.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
No, no, I
Where he
did
was
not.
going to shave his chest. Well, a random viewer was watching. I mean, they must have had a bunch of viewers that night because somebody came in to the Burger King and gave them a razor because Fears
Yeah,
was saying, "Oh, if I had a razor, I'd shave my hair."
that's another one of those legendary streams,
It was
because
awesome.
I read a lot about detectives and stuff, and this is kind of off topic, but it kind of relates. So I write, I do some stories about detectives, and Cameo Man kind of is a detective. You know, Cameo Man. The original concept for Cameo Man was that he works for a non-lethal weapons factory that his uncle made, and his uncle is an inventor, and he basically solves crimes pertaining to his company. So, you know, like if there's a murder or something, that, you know, one of the employees got murdered, or, you know, if like one of the weapons got stolen from his uncle's company, he would, you know, track it down and find it. Or, you know, if like an employee's daughter was missing, he would get involved and he would do that. But like one of the things that I read about detectives is, you know, like when they're interviewing a witness and they're talking to a person, like there's always like hallmarks, or you would say kind of like trying to think how the book put it, like landmark events, you know, like, you know, like say sometimes somebody with
Pearl Harbor.
witnesses a murder, and you know, they were watching Baywatch at the time. As like Baywatch only comes on from 9 to 10 p.m. So they know that around the time the person heard the scream, they were watching Baywatch. So somewhere in that time, there had to be between 9 and 10, as an example. And there's so many legendary Carrie moments that,
Right.
again, I've heard of, but
Oh, I know. I know she had sex on stream.
yeah, I heard that too. Not interested in that at all.
No, I'm not either. But
Yeah, right.
I didn't see that. But some of the ones we talked about, I can confirm that I have. I mean, it's been years, but I have seen them.
Yeah,
I don't know why she would delete them because they were pretty cool.
yeah. Let me go through the chat again.
Yes, go right
Love you,
ahead.
Visions, honey. That's what Rebecca Robertson's saying to Visions. He wants to. She wants to get in the movies. I'll drop you off there. I was looking at my old clips the other day, and I found the original recording of John. Oh shit! Oh damn! I can't say that. LOL, Timmy. You have a nice big hot dog. Oh wow, those hangouts were classic. Yeah. Now, yeah, a lot of people give Fears a lot of shit, but the thing about Fears is like 2016 Fears is totally different from 2023, 2024 Fears. Like Fears has come a long way, and I don't think people give him enough credit for that, because you know, like 2016 Fears, sometimes Fears would have epic nuclear meltdowns. But 2024 Fears, he is so much more chill than he used to be. And I like to, I'm prideful, and I like to think that's my own personality rubbing off on him. So
Yeah, yeah, you definitely. I mean, there's definitely a change for the positive. But
yeah,
do you think, while we're on that subject, do you think are is are these trolls? Do you think that there ever be? I mean, I always try to think positive, that people will change. There's always something good in people. I mean, you know what I mean. But do you
yeah,
think these guys will ever lighten up? Because some of it's funny, but some of it is over the top.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you agree, or if you think they can
I do.
change,
I
or
agree. There are some lines that should not be crossed that were crossed,
right.
but sometimes sometimes Fierce does egg them on a little, and I've really tried to emphatically pull him back from that. But
Yeah. Well, like I said, I wish he'd just focus on the positive stuff, like kind of like what you do. I mean, your chat's cool. Yeah, you get some trolls in there, but you know what to do. You just overlook it and move on. And if it gets too bad, they're gone. But
well, you weren't here for when Fears. Do you know who the MMA holes are?
I'm familiar with them. Don't know them personally,
Yeah.
but familiar with them. I
Well,
know they're a holes, or
no,
it
no,
seems like I
they,
shouldn't.
they're
Most
cool
of them
people. They're cool people.
are they?
Uh, yeah, they are. To me, they are.
Right.
They've always been civil with me, but the MMA holes consists of Jesse Bell Hill, and I can't remember who her boyfriend is. But anyways, Jessie Bell Hill is very chill, and she has an incredible way of deflecting criticisms and comments. Because one thing about Jessie Bell Hill is she gets a lot of haters on her stream, and a lot of people make insensitive comments and rude comments to her, and she brushes it off with the best of them. And she actually, I don't know if she knows this, but she actually uses an NLP technique called agree and exaggerate. Because I remember on one of her streams, somebody was making fun of her eyebrows, and they said something to the effect of, "Oh, are those eyebrows real?" And Jessie Bell Hill, like the champ she is, brushed it off. She goes, "Yeah, these are actually upside down Nike swooshes, and I get
Oh,
5K from Nike every time somebody mentions my eyebrows. So thank you. I'm going to mention them again. These are for Nike. Yeah, there you go.
she used the reverse card on them, the Uno reverse card.
Yeah, it's agree and exaggerate. And she does this I don't think that she knows she does it, and I don't think she knows the NLP technique, but subconsciously she uses it, and she is it's like a keto. Somebody comes at her 500 miles an hour, and then she just steps to the side and trips them.
Right.
She's really, really good at just shutting those haters down like 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 a champ, I gotta say. And I really admire that about her. And she really takes things in stride. And one of the things you need to do if you want to be a positive person, and if you want people to look up to you, and if you want people to respect you, is 90% of these trolling, some of them are just ribbing you. They're not malicious. They're not out to destroy you, but they're just taking a jab at you. And you just got to take it in stride. You just got to say, well, yeah.
Right. Oh,
Sometimes you just got to answer the question truthfully or honestly.
right.
Like somebody says, like people ask me, Randy, are you gay? I'm like, nope, not gay.
Right. You should. Yeah. Exactly. That's a good point. Because I mean, I'm not nothing against fears, but I seems like he takes. It seems like if someone's asking you if you're gay, that he takes it as someone saying, "Hey, you're gay," just because you ask.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that, uh, yeah. So I just try to answer truthfully, sometimes
Right.
because, sometimes the truth is all you need.
And
I'll,
let's face it, the gay jokes aren't even funny anymore because gay is not like it used to be considered, it was rare, or people didn't come out and talk about it. It was hidden. So, but nowadays it's cool to be gay, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
accepted. It's wanted,
And what I
encouraged.
really don't like is when people take low blow jabs at, like Fear's being short. It's like, yeah, Fear's is short. So what? There's short people in life.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, like Fears can't control that. He can't do anything about it. And yeah, I mean, it's just a low blow. And I really don't like that. You know,
yeah.
because I mean, like me, I'm fat. I'm a big guy. I
I
can
would
admit it.
consider you fat. You got. I mean, you're
I, I,
solid, but you're
I'm
not
like
fat.
295.
Yeah, but
I'm
you're
a big
tall. You're
guy.
tall though. You're
Yeah,
tall.
yeah, I am tall, but like if I look at some of my streams as of late at like full body shots, I'm fat.
Yeah.
And I realize that, and that is something under my control. So if somebody was going to take jabs at me or take a shot at me, that would be a legitimate jab because I do need to work out more. I do need to be more healthy. Like Fear's a short. He can't do anything about that. It's a cheap shot. I don't like it.
I
So
mean, well said. Well
yeah.
said.
And then let me see here. I'm gonna go back up to the chat. I think Jesse Bill Hill had a thing for Randall. Yeah, I wish. And Chris would probably allow it. I wish again. Uh, Rebecca Robinson is she's getting in there. Sometimes oh shit. Uh, all right. Zyklon B style. Most of that 295 is Little Randall. Yeah, right. That'd be awesome. Jimmy MC. Yeah, and again, I'm gonna put some hidden stuff in there, and when me and Fears do the commentary, you'll see where you are and what things I do. Because again, all the good filmmakers, uh, all the really top notch level directors, they put in Easter eggs out of their old films and actors they like and actresses they like and in jokes. Like, do you know how Paul W.S. Anderson is?
um, no, I don't. Is he a First Amendment auditor?
No, no, way off,
Oh,
way off.
okay.
Paul W.S. Anderson, he directed the original Mortal Kombat that blew up in 1995, and he's a big fan of Star Wars. And his next film after Mortal Kombat was Event Horizon, and there's tons of religious iconography in Event Horizon. Like they use the Notre Dame Cathedral as a base to design the interior of the Event Horizon. And then if you look at the Event Horizon from a top view, it looks like a cross. And then also he inserted like a this isn't religious, this is Star Wars, but he inserted an X-wing in the antenna array. And you don't notice it unless you're looking for it. But there are just so many things. And then like his next film after that was called Soldier with Kurt Russell. And the guy who wrote Soldier was David Webb Peoples. And David Webb Peoples is also the guy who wrote Blade Runner. And if you look in some of the wreckage of the crash ship in Soldier, you will see a spinner, which is a police car from Blade Runner. And a lot of good directors do this. They stick all these like little things that only people will know. Do you ever see the new Jack Reacher series on Amazon Prime?
No.
Okay, well, in the last in the season that's playing now, there's one character that is played by Robert Patrick. Do you know what Robert Patrick's big role was from the 90s?
Uh, he was in Robert Patrick. Oh shit! I'm so tired. I know. I cannot tell me. 1990s. I was watching movies back then.
He was the T-1000 in Terminator 2.
Okay.
and he plays a crime lord on Reacher, like a mafioso boss. And Reacher, one of his cronies was telling Robert Patrick about some of the aliases that Jack Reacher was using, and one of those aliases was John Connor. And if you know anything about Terminator, the T-1000 was sent back in time to kill John Connor. So again, I laughed out loud when I heard that alias. And my mom was sitting right next to me, and she's like, What's so funny?" Is like, "You don't get it?" And she's like, "No." I was like, "That's a reference to Terminator 2 that Robert Patrick was in, and he
Ah,
was trying to kill the character John
but
Connor."
you got to have that's where that's where it pays to know your movies though, because a lot of that probably went over people's head.
Yeah, a lot of this does go way over people's head,
Yeah,
and
but that's why you're you just don't watch movies. You study films. You just don't. I mean,
yeah,
that's your passion. That Rebecca, man, Rebecca Robinson. She is nuts.
yeah, she's going nuts in the chat. Yep,
She has got the hots for Visions, Daddy. I'm telling you.
yep. Uh, yeah, I make it a point to study movies. Uh, I make it a like I really don't watch movies anymore unless I'm studying them. Because and bad movies can be just as instructive as good movies. Because the question I ask myself is when I'm watching a bad movie is why don't I like this? Why don't I like the characters? What is wrong with the shots? What is wrong with the sound? Is this a flaw or foible that I can you know that I can excise from one of my own films?
Yeah.
Although I do like a lot of films that are bad on purpose. Like, have you ever seen any of the Breen stuff that I did?
Yeah. I've seen most of your work.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I try to catch up on a little bit of try to. I mean, I enjoy it all. Are you talking about cinema? You may have seen this movie, but was you a Henry Fonda fan?
Not particularly, but tell me the movie.
Well, if you ever get a chance to see On Golden Pond,
On Golden Pond.
yeah,
Okay.
it's a nice, relaxing, family friendly movie, man. I think you'll really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's
It's
always nice
actually
to
Henry
see
Fonda's
a
last
nice, good,
film.
wholesome movie now and then.
Yeah, I think your mom would enjoy it too. She's probably seen it, but it's got Jane Fonda and Henry Fonda in it, so
Yeah.
it's a great flick.
Yeah. And they made Bridget Fonda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Henry was the dad,
Yeah.
and Jane was the. I mean, I'm sure you're not too old to remember or too young to remember Jane Fonda. She used to do a lot of exercise videos.
Yeah, she did the fitness videos. I
Yeah,
remember
the Jane Fonda
particularly
jumping
because
jacks, and most of it was just whack off material for most people, So,
let's be honest here. Buns of Steel,
yeah.
nobody was tightening their buns from that.
Do you remember Richard Simmons?
Yeah, right.
He was quite the character. Richard Simmons. He did the Deal and Mill thing, but he was good too. But yeah, Jane Fonda. She was hot back in her day.
Yeah, I remember the Sir Mix-a-Lot song. It goes, but Fonda ain't the got the motor on the back of a Honda. My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, son.
You could do side bends or sit ups, but please don't lose that butt. Yeah.
Want to play that hard roll, but the telling butt ain't gold, so they toss it and leave it, and I pull it quick to retrieve it.
So,
So
ladies,
cause
yeah, fellas, yeah, yeah,
so
hell yeah,
Cosmo
baby
thinks
got
so
back.
fat. Well, I ain't down with that because he
Yeah,
waits to small and cubs are kicking, and I'm thinking about sticking to the beanpole dames in the magazines. You ain't it, Miss Thing. Give me a sister, can't resist her. Red beans and ripeness and miss her.
you can do
Some
side bends or
try
sit
to
ups, but
diss.
please don't lose that butt. Yeah,
Yeah. Some other trads try to diss because his girls are on my list. He had game, but he chose to hit them, and I pull it quick to get. But uh, man, usually when I go out to
damn, Randy,
karaoke,
you just knelt. You're a damn rapper, dude.
yeah, when
I
karaoke.
was, I'm shocked.
Yeah. When I go out to karaoke, that's usually my finisher.
Yeah,
That's usually the song I end the night on.
And
because I won't tell you where I go because the trolls will cause trouble and stuff. But
no, but we're gonna go sometime. That we go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, so the place I usually go to on Mondays, Bob the DJ, uh, he usually asks me to close out the night if I stay till closing. And the song that I usually like, you got to realize in this area, there's like a lot of strippers and a lot of hoodlums and a lot of people of ill repute and a lot of do you know what a
Bless you.
304 is?
No, I know where you're getting at. It's the beach life.
Yeah.
It's
So yeah, it's a lot of crazy people.
exactly.
And when he asks me to close out the night, that's usually the song I close out with. And
Yep.
one part that I improvise is I go, and you want to and Lady of the Butt is down, and you want a Randy Brown, throw it down, dial 1-900 Randy Brown, and kick them nasty thoughts. Baby got back.
Oh golly, and you know damn well when they hear that song, no matter how late it is, you have to admit everybody is up and shaking that
Yeah.
ass. You know,
And
I
they go
mean
nuts. Yeah.
everybody loves it.
Yeah. And girls start twerking and shaking their butts, and it's amazing.
Yep, you're right, man. I can't believe that blows my mind, dude. I mean, nothing against you, nothing personal, but I did not think that you didn't even know the song, let alone
Yeah.
able to word for word.
Yeah. My go-to group of choice is Flight of the Concords. They've got three good songs. Typically, I'll start. Well, when I'm at the karaoke joint, I usually go on Mondays. There's a song called "Sugar Lumps" where it goes, "Let me tell you," or let me see how does it go. Let me tell you, I see girls checking out my trunks. I see girls checking out the front of my trunks. I see girls looking at my junk, then checking out my rump, then back to my sugar lumps. When I shake it all up. Probably think my pants had the mumps. Just my sugar lump up a bump. They look so good, so I put them in the front. All the ladies checking out my sugar lumps. They drive the ladies crazy. All these bitches looking at my britches. Put them in a trance when I wear track pants. My dungarees make them hungry. They're over the moon when I don pantaloons. When I do that song,
Gee
this
whiz,
place
dude.
goes nuts.
Did you ever do any beatboxing? Do you know what that is?
Beatboxing. I know. I do. Randall, have you heard "Flight of the Concords"? Brett, you got it going on. I think I have. What were you saying? Beatboxing. I there's a part. There's a song that was on Pulp Fiction, on the beginning of Pulp Fiction. It comes up when the logo comes up, and the Black Eyed Peas did a cover of that song called "Pump It," and there's a part with the singer called Apple App, and I believe he goes Apple App live in direct from the Philippines. How does it go? Apple App live in direct from the Philippines, waiting down to break the scene, break it on down for the B-boys and B-girls, waiting to do the thing louder. Come on, don't stop, pump it. Come on, let's get it going. We do it. Oh, well, come on, baby, do it. I when I have the words on the screen, it's a lot quicker. But yeah,
Right, but yeah, some of that stuff's so fast. It's hard to. I mean, if you don't know the words, you're screwed. You know.
yeah. Timmy MC has the right thing. I think their best song is "The Most Beautiful Girl in the Room," and there is a song called "The Most Beautiful Girl in the World" that I think like Neil Young or Neil Simon or Neil Sedok, one of those Neils does "The Most Beautiful Girl in the World." But "The Most Beautiful Girl in the Room" is a hilarious song. I do that whenever I go to a different place that I usually go to.
Yeah.
And that one's pretty funny too. He goes, "Yeah, looking around the room, I can tell that you are the most beautiful girl in the room, in the whole wide room. Yeah, and when you're on the street, depending on the street, I bet that you are definitely on the top three good looking girls on the street. Yeah, depending on the street. And when I saw you at my mate's place, I was like, what is she doing at my mate's place? How did Dave get a party like that to a party like this? Good one, Dave. Ooh, you're a legend, Dave. I asked Dave if he's gonna make a move on you. He said he's not sure. I say, Dave, do you mind if I do? He says he doesn't mind, but I can tell he kind of minds. But I'm gonna do it anyway. That's a good one.
Yeah. Damn, you
One
got
of the
quite the
junk words
variety of
is they're so freaking
wide variety.
hilarious. Yeah, yeah.
Do you know Paul Revere, Beastie Boys? It
I
was called.
think I would. I think I would know it if I heard it.
Now here's a little story I'd like to tell about three bad brothers you know so well. Do you know? Remember that one?
Yes,
The
yes, I do.
tagline, the best line I remember as a kid, we always like, I did it like this, I did it like that, I did it with a wiffle ball bat. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
on the
good.
run. The cops got my gun. I mean, good memories, man.
Yeah, yeah, and I typically do the funny stuff. That's where like there's a song from Willy Wonka. It was originally sung by Sammy Davis Jr. It's called "The Candy Man," and I changed the lyrics up. I just changed one letter. I changed the C to an R, and I changed it to the Randy Man.
Ooh,
You know,
nice,
and then the
nice.
DJ always gets a little snippy with me at the end, and he goes, "Well, actually, it's called Candyman Randy, not Randy Man." I'm like, "I'm sorry, everybody. I forgot how to read. I'm
What is
sorry."
it? The Randy Man can
Yeah,
cause
the
the
Randy
rain?
Man
Yeah,
can.
I love it, dude. What it?
Yeah,
I
it's a good.
mean, just one letter and it's bam, it's there. Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't
it
know you
is
had that
hilarious.
wide variety of musical, in you, so musical talent, or not talent, but
Oh, I do Amish Paradise.
right.
That's a good one.
Yep.
And I can't believe that I'm eating a kebab with the most beautiful girl I have ever seen with a kebab. I always say it like the New Zealanders say it. They don't say kebab, they say kebab.
Yeah.
And nobody's ever called me out on that. You know, nobody's ever. It's called kebab, Randy. It's like no one's ever.
Right.
Yeah, which is interesting. And then somewhere near the end of Most Beautiful Girl, there's a part where it goes, "You're so beautiful like a tree or a high class prostitute." And then at the end of the song, I say, "No offense to any of the high class prostitutes out there," and that always gets a chuckle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. I mean, so you, you dabble a little bit of everything. I mean, it seems like as far as performance goes, I mean, you're just not tied down to one thing. So that's
yeah.
cool.
I got my. You could say I got a lot of irons in the fire. I got a
Right.
lot
Yeah.
of
That's the word I was
opportunities.
looking. Yeah.
Yeah, and
There's
like I
nothing
say
wrong with
on
that.
my, huh?
I said there's nothing wrong with that either. That's you need to be versified.
Yeah, yeah. Because if this thing doesn't work over here, I can move over to this thing over here.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, I I got a lot of side gigs. A lot of side gigs.
Well,
I
it's
know a
good
lot of people.
self-employed, so it's good.
I know a lot of people want me to go into a. I know a lot of people in the Discord and a lot of people online would want me to do like a 9 to 5 job. I just don't think 9 to 5 jobs are my thing.
I
I
agree.
I
I,
don't think that would be I don't think that would be good for me.
no, especially because you'd be forced to. You got to do something you like, man. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the bottom line.
yeah. Because I mean, I I don't know if I would want to be boxed in like that. There's one job.
Timmy looks like he's a big fan of your songs. He's quoting some lines and stuff too. So
Yeah, yeah. He's these are all from the most beautiful girl in the world. It's a great song. If you ever get a chance to check it out, check it out. Uh, Now there is a magic shop uh in in the area that I live in, and peers have gone in there, and this magic shop that would probably be the only 9 to 5 job that I would dig.
right, but that's doing something you like, though. You're still working with people.
Yeah, because basically at the magic shop, basically what the protocol is you go in, Like if you're a customer, you go in and you look around and like, say you say, "Oh, I like that card deck. Can I see that?" And they're like, "Yeah." And they take it out and they show it to you. And then they say, "Would you like to see a trick with this deck?" And they go, "Yeah, sure." And then basically their selling process is that they show you a magic trick and show you what it does, but they don't tell you the trick, but they do the magic trick, and that's part of the selling process. So basically, it would be half selling like decks and cards and kits and stuff, and then half of the selling process is right there. You just do magic tricks for people, and sometimes crowds form in that magic shop.
Oh, I've been to. I used to go to a lot of them. It was like a free magic show, and then I even bought a couple things from there. I bought the thumb tips. I don't know if you're familiar with thumb tips.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dan Harlan's got a whole Penguin Magic lecture on how to use thumb tips. I may
Yeah,
not be Dan Harlan, but I know like Penguin Magic is cool because they give you online tutorials, and sometimes these tutorials are like 3 or 4 hours long. They're relatively expensive, relatively.
yeah.
Like I mean, like what I consider expensive, you probably wouldn't consider expensive because you probably would make way more than me. But like for like the 38 for $38, you can get like a 3 4 hour download. You can watch it right there on their site. You can get an instant download, watch it right now. And there was one exclusively for thumb tips. But what were you saying about thumb tips?
I was just asking if you ever used them or if you was familiar with them.
The only times I use thumb tips is when I use magnets and when I make silverware levitate.
Right. Yeah, I used to. I always liked them. Like I said, I even had the ones that were lit that had the light at the end of it, so you could do the magic ball where you threw it up and catched it, or caught it, and then
Yeah. I
put it
do
in
a
your
little
mouth.
bit of sponge balls, and I'll show you this magic trick one day on stream sometime. I've got I went to Michael's with my mom, and I saw these boxes, and they were like little brown manila boxes, and a lightning bolt just hit me, and I said I could do something with these. These are tiny boxes. These are small enough to fit in the car and bring with me. So basically, what I do with the boxes is I've got 4 boxes, and I'll do this. If we have like a female member, maybe Rebecca or Timmy MC or somebody will come in and we'll do this for her. But so I basically got 4 boxes, and in one box is nothing. In one box is shelled peanuts. In one box are blue sponge balls. And then in one box, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but in one box, there's a prize. And typically, what happens is they pick the prize, and then I go, okay, so here's what you could have picked. And so I open one box and I go, oh, there's nothing in here. Well, I was glad you didn't pick that. And then I open the one with the peanuts and I go, oh my God, that's nuts. I show them the box of peanuts, they get it. And then I said, here's the one that you picked for me. And inside we have blue balls.
Randy,
And then I put it back in.
shame on you, Randy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Shame on you,
I got
Randy.
blue
You
balls.
naughty
Yeah,
boy.
son of a gun. Yeah.
I like it though.
So yeah, it's a funny little trick. It's a funny little trick. And
Well,
you and I know magician's choice and equivocate and all that, but equivocate is a really hard word to spell. But
hard
yeah,
to pronounce too.
yeah, equivocate. Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
Randy, I need to get off here. I
Yeah, man, it's
I haven't
almost
streamed too
almost
long. I
5:30
need to
right
get ready
now.
for tomorrow's stream. I've still got to prepare for that. So, but I hope you can return the favor and come on and hang out with me.
Yeah, definitely. Do you use StreamYards or what do you use?
Um, I use Discord.
Discord. All right. Well, send me the link and yeah, the reason I was out until like I was out until 1:30, and then after me and mom were done at the karaoke club, we decided to hit up Wawa and get some quesadillas. And yeah, so we were out for we were out until like 2:10, 2:20, and then uh all my packages were at the door, and I got the bunnies and got the this and got this shirt. So when I came back, it was like Santa Claus had come, so
Right.
I was unwrapping all my gifts. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna close out this stream,
Yep.
and
I'll let you close out by yourself. I appreciate you having me on. And like I said, I'm stream tomorrow. I'm getting things ready right now. I'll have to sleep for about a half hour before I can do anything, but I should be good.
yeah. Well, thank you, Larry. Thank you, Timmy MC. Thank you, Exhume Visions. We're gonna get you on next time. Thank you to Rebecca Robertson. Thank you to D Band for showing up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And my name's Randy Brown. This has been me and my main man, Larry Tate. And thank you, Tender Immortal. And thank you, Chicken Wizard. And we will see you all later, alligator. All right, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.